It's the story about Susan Muthoni, who has lived all her life on the margins of society, even in a poor country like Kenya. Born with one leg shorter than the other, even walking was painful for her. Walking the 4 kilometers to school as a child was an ordeal. She told me that she was often beaten by her teacher for being late. Her feet were often sore, which made the pain worse. Her parents couldn't afford to buy her shoes, and they couldn't afford painkillers either. When I met Susan in 2021, she was 53. Life was no easier. She was still in pain. She was still poor. Every day she struggled to support her family, her 3 children and grandchildren. It was never easy. It never is for subsistence farmers. While her husband tried to find work as a casual laborer, she tried to grow beans and vegetables to feed her family. The rains often failed, making life even harder. But Susan was determined. With her own hands, she had dug a 7-meter deep well, giving her access to water when the rains failed. She drew the water by hand, bucket by bucket, to grow a crop in her garden. With the work her husband did, and the milk and eggs she could sell from the handful of skinny goats and chickens she kept, Susan's family could usually earn no more than $15 a month, less than 50 cents a day. This is not enough to eat, and certainly not enough to buy medicines for the family. Fast forward 2 years, and Susan's life could not be more different. Susan joined the hand-in-hand training program to become an entrepreneur. After 9 months of training, she decided to run 3 businesses. Under the guidance of her trainer, she wrote a business plan, and for the first time in her life, she was able to get a loan to invest. Susan now runs a goat business, selling 3 goats a year. She runs a poultry business, selling 100 chickens every 3 months, and she has expanded her agricultural business. Susan's family income has grown from $15 a month to $115 a month, $4 a day. That increase has been transformative. Her family no longer goes hungry. The stress of never having enough money has receded. Above all, she now has enough to pay both for healthcare for her family and school fees for her grandchildren. She tells me that now she is even able to save, and with a regular access to credit, Susan can now invest even more in her business. She has bought a 2,500-liter water tank and is now planning to expand her vegetable garden to grow fodder for her chickens and goats. This will drive down costs and increase her profit. Soon, she hopes to be able to give someone in her village a full-time job, part of her mission to ensure that she can share her success with others.